Hey everyone, welcome to Tavern Talks. This is your wonderful tavern keeper for the evening, and we once again are back with another wonderful guest. Tonight we have DnDenial. I think that's how we pronounce it. We'll find out in a second.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Um, Real quick, if you've never been to the show before, this is a very relaxed and non-scripted show. It's the only script one we have that has zero script whatsoever. And what?
The garage doesn't have a
I
script.
mean, that's true. Your garage doesn't have a script either. But yeah, and we're here to find out the inside scoops on how Jessica creates her stuff and how she world builds and things like that. So we're looking forward to it. Real quick, we're just going to give a quick shout out to our sponsors before we start this craziness because that's what I need to do. I've only been doing this for 3-4 years now, and I still haven't figured it out fully myself. But our main sponsor for the evening is Monument Studios. They're a wonderful people that you can hear all the music in the background, and they're absolutely incredible. Our dice sponsor for the year is Canadian Dice. Use the code Misfit15 to get 15% off your next click-clack. And currently, our apparel sponsor is Dungeon Grandmaster, but that could be changing in the near future. But if you want to pick up a shirt with either myself's Tabletop Misfit logo or Peakers, go check it out over there. And with that, let's dive into the tavern, because why the heck not? Real quick, if you can just give us kind of the elevator pitch, let us know who you are and what you do here in the TTRPG space, and then we'll actually, relax and just shoot the crap for the rest of the episode. So.
110%. But I require an explanation to where in Canada you guys are. I'm just picking up on this. You where? What? What?
No. So Canadian Dice is
I
our
got
sponsor,
really excited.
but we're not actually in Canada.
How are we? Wait, I didn't ask. How are we on swearing? No.
Oh, go for it.
It's a tavern.
I don't give a shit.
It's a tavern. Nobody gives a shit here.
Truck your mouth going. Hi, I am IC Stars, or DnDenial. I basically started our channel, DnDenial. That is our D&D TTRPG brand. And what am I supposed to be saying here? We are run by a disabled, sexy, empowered woman that's chronically ill, and also so part of the LGBTQ. You know what? I have no idea. I didn't prepare anything for this part of it. I just wrote notes on what we were going to talk about, guys.
No, that's fine. I mean, you give us the short, sweet, and
We play TTRPGs, and we do story driven. We like to make sure we have like an overarching story in our games.
No worries.
But that's about it.
Sorry, I got a quick message. Apparently we had some cross chatter, so I want to make sure that was gone. Is everybody getting no more cross chatter? All we're hearing is music, and then the player or the guests. I don't know. Somebody say something in the chat room, please.
Yes, please.
Daniel! Just scream at my
Just
okay.
now.
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right. Thanks, Sam. Something. All right. Awesome. So yeah.
Never mind. You weren't even watching, and I feel very betrayed.
Ooh.
Yeah, Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel.
Grounded. Go to your room.
He's in his room now.
But I'm in my room. I'm watching.
This is how the show goes.
This is absolutely how the show goes.
That
100%.
is the best part of the show. Then I do the exact same thing.
All right.
Oh man.
So, but yeah, that sounds like a lot of work, and it's so cool to find all sorts of people out there running games, because that's the downfall we're running into right now. Is just everybody wants to play, nobody wants to run a game.
It's hard.
It is hard.
It's so hard. It's so much work.
Especially if you want to actually put the work in behind it. You can run a game off the fly 100%.
No,
and
I
some
can't.
people can.
I
Let me
cannot.
phrase that. Some
No.
people can.
No, cannot. No.
Uh, but I will say though, a lot of times that comes with either a lot of training, or the games aren't as good as they could be, in my opinion, personally. But each person's their own. Let's see. Wow, we got a lot of chatter in the chat room right now.
I
I'm
love
trying
the
to
chat.
follow it.
I'm watching it.
I'm gonna let you follow that while we start going down the rabbit
Yeah.
holes, which is the first three questions I ask every single guest every week. The first one is, how did you get involved with TTRPGs? Not the streaming portion, not the professional side. Actually, when you picked up, what was your first experience with a TTRPG?
I feel like this is a pretty standard answer lately, but it was COVID.
Critical Role, COVID.
No. I still haven't watched Critical Role
Alright.
at all. Yeah, it's on the list, but every time I start it, I start at there was like every time I've started it, there was some guy that was on the show that I just couldn't like watch more than like a couple episodes, and I was like, I don't like him. But I hear he leaves after like 30 of them.
Oh,
I've never-
Tiberius.
Yeah, the dragon
The
board.
Say no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I couldn't do it. And
Just
then I've
start
never
with
gone
season
back.
2 then, because like you can watch season 1 on Amazon, so you don't have to watch season 1 anymore.
That's fair. Yeah, they're cartoons now. I've watched the part of the cartoon. That was good.
Yeah.
I
I don't
think
even think he's in
watched,
the
like,
cartoon.
end of that.
He's not in the cartoon at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I was able to like watch and know what some of the stuff happens is. Yeah. It was COVID. Yeah, we were all stuck at home, and I literally took my husband and was like, "You're gonna be the DM for our friend group. We've never played before. Enjoy." And that's how we started. And he DM'd for us. And after a while, like, he put so much effort in and did so much prep that I was like, I really want you to be able to play too. So I started DMing after that so that he could play. And that's how I got involved.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you're a relatively new person to TTRPGs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not been a long time.
I find two people on the channel like this. Either they're going to be COVID type level gamers, or they're old school like I am. You know.
And then there's me, who was neither.
No, you were kind of COVID. You're
No,
newer.
no.
You're still in that. You're still in that level.
I wouldn't consider it COVID though. It was pre-COVID.
Oh, okay. A year of pre-COVID is still COVID year.
Hey, fuck you.
It's okay, we'll claim you. We'll claim you if they won't.
It does. It takes all
Yeah.
kinds. But Chuck's also picked up the seat of Game Master, you know, and he's doing an absolutely fantastic job. He's just found that his niche isn't high
Did
fantasy.
you shake your head no? Did you shake
Maybe.
your head no?
Possibly. Always.
Don't say that.
No, he's
Don't say that.
incredible
If
master.
you DM, you're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Period. It's so much work.
That's
It's
damn
so
sure.
much work. It's nerve-wracking. If you found it in yourself to pick up the book and DM for other people, you're already doing amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Then it's just learning, and after
Oh yeah, no,
it's just
no.
learning and implementing.
Yeah.
Well, what he was getting at is I finally found my niche, and it's not high fantasy. It's definitely sci-fi.
Yeah.
So that's great. That's fantastic. Everyone has the.
It just
thing
took
that
me
they
a while
wanna
to find the
run in.
niche. Is all
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah,
Yeah, he played.
100%.
You know, he plays sci-fi, or he plays high fantasy with us, but his niche is definitely sci-fi. And yep,
That's
and
fantastic.
There's one of your rangers right there sitting in channel.
Shadow, my boy, my boy.
So then what was the since you're relatively new to TTRPGs, what was that spark then that made you continue? So what was it that caught a hold of you and you're like, oh no, this is more than just a game. Like I'm gonna play once. Like I want to continue to play.
It was the first session. It was exactly the first session. We started playing, and it was really awkward at first, But by the end of it, we were laughing and we were having a great time being stupid, and that was it. I was like, I love this. And the husband had a bunch of fun too, and we were like, okay, that's it. This is something. Okay. A big factor to this was also that at the time I was very, very ill, and I had no ability to do, like, I normally draw and do that stuff and kind of spend hours doing that. I had no ability for like a creative outlet, and this was, I can write again, I can draw, like it's like
All
it's
of it
something,
together.
yeah.
Mhm.
And it was just like, this is it. I love telling stories and I like seeing our friends laugh, and
Yeah, I love it. And like you said, it was a creative outlet that you could get a hold of.
yeah,
while
without
you were
having
going
to
through all of
move.
that.
Yeah.
So.
I was unable to move. Like, I was literally bedridden and I could still play.
I can still
Yeah.
roll a die.
I can still roll a dice. There are online dice rollers.
Online dice.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, I don't know if they still make them, but I saw the ones that are stationary dice that you can play with in like on like an airplane. You spin it this way like a top, and it stops.
Oh, okay.
I was like, you could do that in the car. You could do that in the airplane. Like, it'd be crazy.
Guys, I'm dyslexic. I can't do that. All right, like, I already struggle as it is when with the 6s and the 9s. It's not. That would kill me.
She can still roll the dice as long as I told her which one to roll.
Daniel, please know what they did at first. What do you want from me?
That's why you color code them. It makes life easier.
No, I was one of those people that was like, first set of dice, I was like, I don't need more than one set. I have so many. It's so bad.
So, yeah, I've got literally a. This is just what I'm using right now.
I just have character sets right here. Okay, these are for the characters that I'm.
Well, that's the same bag
playing.
that Haley got.
Oh my god! Like,
No,
those are the characters I'm streaming.
And currently, how many characters are you streaming?
I haven't taken
3.
one out because we finished, but like there's like 3 or 4 right now
Okay.
that I was doing. Yeah, I do definitely have to change some of them.
Yeah, Sam might give you a run for your money though when it comes to dice sets. Sam, you're what, 116?
Dear Lord.
Yeah, he's over.
He's over 100.
He's definitely
I know
over
that.
100.
Lord. How many dice is I don't know. I haven't counted.
125 now.
I have not counted. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have dice from 15
bags.
years ago that I don't even know if I have the whole set anymore. I just have pieces of dice. They go into the box.
Nice
They go
round
into the
number.
dice jar.
Oh no, that is not organized enough.
Oh no, the
No.
organized ones are up there.
Yeah.
So,
I have my retired dice up there. I have piles of like different. There are containers with dice, glass containers with dice in them. Like, it's gross. Can't do this anymore. I'm too poor for this.
Yeah. Let's see. D4 is a stabby one. D6 is a Monopoly. D8 is 2 D4 stuck together. D10 is a spinny top. The D12 is a fake D20. The D20 is a big one.
Yeah, the fake D20 thing is the actual hate I have for that's he says that because I would constantly mix them up when we first started, and I grew to hate it. I refuse to use it.
I gotta find my non-stabby D4 because I love this thing. I can actually step on this one and it will not hurt me.
I love those ones. Do I have any? Absolutely not. I have the ones that will kill you.
The ones that will kill you.
It's caltrops.
I have the ones that will kill you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they have the real caltrops, which is like the barbed wire one that it's still like that's terrifying. Why would you do that?
We have those too. Those are scary. I can't. There are sets that I won't take out because they will. Like, I'll drop them and that'll be it. I know something bad's gonna happen to my floor and me.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
And then the Dispel dice, they have like the long D4s. Oh, those things would be hurtful if they got stuck in a carpet. They'd make the caltrop look painful.
Oh. Oh, we just got. Oh,
We just got raided.
Raiders?
Yeah, we did.
Zuma
Raiders.
just raided. Hey, what's up, Jay?
hello.
Welcome.
Welcome, everybody. And here it goes, like last year. Thanks, Jay. I appreciate all this. Hey, everyone.
Hot damn.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Love it.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, Jay's awesome. I get to see him in January at Page, so I'm looking forward to it. We both do, so we'll both be there. So yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, let's hit that final question then, as everybody's coming in, because it's a lot of fun. And I think you've already answered it. Actually, is when did you decide to step away from being a player and step into the game master's seat?
Yeah, I haven't stepped away from being a player. I am more of a player than I am a DM. Okay. But again, it was like maybe 6 months to a year in. I was watching my DM be a forever DM, and I was like, no, I'll do it. I'll DM for you. And I basically learned how to DM from he's in the chat, from Speed of Candy. And then I went and started watching Dimension 20, and I was like, cool, we can do this. I can definitely do this.
So not Critical Role, you did the other side.
Yeah, okay, so I don't think I could DM like Critical Role. Obviously Matt Mercer and Brennan Lee Mulligan are like a separate level from anyone. But I have the style that's more like, I will lead into the humor of stuff. I don't have the ability to just create that level of detail. I don't know how else to describe Matt Mercer's stuff. I've seen clips here and there, and I'm like, I don't have that.
Yeah, so Shadow Dow is absolutely right. So the one thing we do forget is that that Critical Role was designed.
Oh yeah, 100%.
They're all voice actors, so they all have extreme.
Yep. I'm not even talking about his voices. I'm just talking about the level of creativity and detail that he has to making all of his sets, to making the world, to just he's thought out like every little like plot point almost, and I'm just like, I'll plan my games like maybe 10 in advance, and then they'll change as we go.
Thank you for the sub.
Yeah, thanks for the sub.
But yeah, no. See, I even looked it up because I was curious. Like a couple years ago, Matt had dropped a snippet of his notes, and they weren't as detailed as I had expected. And I was like, huh, that's new. But they are detailed on the point of the amount of NPCs he has. He has lists of all of them, and I'm like, there's no way. Like,
yeah.
62 NPCs
100%.
For one episode. Like, no, I'm good. I need 8 at max.
I would need to have that same, like, I do the same thing where I'm like, these are the people that you could meet there, because if I have to think of it on the spot, I might freeze. I might be like, oh, I don't know Joshua,
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a list, I have a name list on my screen at all times, because somebody's going to walk into a shop, or they're going to walk into a tavern, and they're going to want to talk to somebody, and I have no idea who's in there. There could be 16 people in there, and I've got 3 of them that they might run into, but the other ones they might not. So,
yeah, I have a lot of that. I do have a lot of that plan out. I take very deep, my plans are very, very detailed. Do they always happen? No, but if they do, I'm prepared.
That's a good point. DM Bluejoy, consuming a lot of media will give you that inspiration fuel, and not many people consume as much media as voice actors. True. True.
That is
voice
fair,
actors definitely consume a ton of media. Yeah, Shadow Dow same way. I have a list of names, and then I'm gonna give them a quick, ancestry and gender right off the bat, and then something unique that I can come off the top of my head. And sometimes I even have those lists. I'm like, okay, I need a list of random, features of the physical features that I can pick from real fast, just to give them that uniqueness to them. So yeah.
Immersing yourself in the media again.
What's that?
Sorry. DM Bluejoy again is saying additionally immersing yourself in that same media, being a voice actor. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But so what is it about? What was one thing that you took from Dimension 20 and you use in your games?
There's one thing so I really tried to do the more of a improv. Like, okay, so I started out not being improvised, right? And having everything trying to follow like a script of things that I would do, and I was just like, you know what? It's not as fun if we don't do the whole like yes and no but thing. And the like I would understand the yes and of it before that, but after watching Dimension 20, I also like the no but this will happen. No, but this can happen. It's not I don't cut it off, we'll work with it and try and make something happen out of that.
Hmm.
Yeah. Funny you say that. I'm just going to give this isn't a sponsored item, but this is something that we definitely do a lot. The show that we go see on Wednesday or on Saturdays is called Pushing Dragons. They're an entirely improv comedy theater live show that they do every once a month, and they do a lot of workshops and stuff like that where they teach you how to be better improvisers and stuff like that, which is awesome. And they talk about the no but as a part of it, because you can't always give people exactly what they want.
You can't.
If I roll a natural 20 and I try to jump over the moon, I'm probably not jumping over the moon. But
with it, yes, and within reason.
Exactly. Within reason. I always tell people your natural 20 gives you a little bit above what you're naturally able to do. Not you become Superman for 30 seconds and then go back to being normal. Unless it works with the story. Then it's a different story.
Yeah. Rule of cool. If it's something that would be absolutely epic and not break everything, yes, it's going to happen. But even at that, I've had players that have one-shotted a BBEG and just, well.
Do you see who popped in the channel?
Oh, I see it. It's Sean. I see Sean. I see you there, buddy.
Sean's the director for Pushing Dragons. I didn't even know he was in the channel. So
that's cool.
Goodness.
It's a busy night tonight. I love it. So while we're kind of getting, we're gonna start asking a couple of random questions, but I'm going to open up the channel a lot earlier than we normally do because we have almost 40 people in here right now. So normally we wait for the last half hour, but I have a feeling this is going to take a little bit longer than a half hour. So if you have questions for DnDenial, myself, or Beaker, drop those in the channel, and we're going to start answering those as we continue to have our conversation. Because I'm really curious on how you world build compared to other people because of what we talked about with, you being stationary a lot of times with the neurodivergence and stuff like that, because I feel like a lot of people could gain information off of that rather than lose it. So how do you kind of build your campaigns?
How do I build my campaigns? From scratch, I would do it. I just come up with like, what would be cool? So I'm like, at the time, I think I was watching The Witcher, and I was like, I like the idea of a world collapsing into one another, but I want them to live through that, right? We're gonna make it happen in the first season. It didn't in the first the first BBEG was supposed to make it happen, and they one-shotted him, so it didn't happen. But that was the whole idea behind it. There were two worlds that kind of like inhabited the same space on different planes. I just start with a concept, and then from there I go to, well, what does the world actually look like? And for me, being able to visualize it will help me create what the world will be. I go with a theme. So our first one was like, I'm into right now The Witcher, and I like fairies. We're into the fairies right now. So we went with the whole world is the Feywild. The whole planet. Nice. It's not the actual Feywilds. It was made by a group of very, very strong fairies that kind of created that entire world. And they had the help of a primordial god at the time, pretending to be one of them, you know? And it just, from there, I was like, okay, well, what does the world look like? What would the Feywilds be like? What would what would happen here? And once I had that, I'd be like, okay, well, where do I think each type of like creature would survive based on how they live, right?
Mhm.
Like, so do they do well in cold? Do they do better in heat or near the ocean? And then it just starts building up that way. I had to figure out how I would describe things to people without being able to use my hands. So like I wouldn't do maps or anything at first. So I was like, I need to be able to have a picture of the world and like work it out that way so that I could tell everyone stuff, because I wouldn't be able to show them maps or pictures that way.
So you have like the picture in front of you, but it's not what you're showing, and then you have to describe that to the player.
Yeah. So it would be like a really roughly sketched out something that I almost died to do, and then from there I could fill it in, right? And then as I got a little bit better, I was able to actually create things to show people. Everything at first was super low tech, because I just didn't have the ability to do it. I think for me, being able to actually have a creative outlet made it so that like the ADHD part would be, it had something to hyper focus on. So it was a lot easier for me to do that, because once you hit hyper focus, that's it. You're cool.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, you're like, okay, we're out of the crash mode. Let's go for it, and then go.
Yeah. But otherwise, like, our players all have some sort of like ADHD or autism. Like, if you need a break, it's totally fine to be like, hey, I need a break, and say that in chat, and we'll take a break. You can get up and leave the table and go to the bathroom. It's not like you're an adult. If we hit your turn in combat, we'll just skip it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's not the end of the world. And I also, because I have such detailed notes, if people ask questions later, I can be like, oh, you met this person, if there isn't a note taker. Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll write recaps that I put in our Discord, so that people have it. But
recaps are really helpful for a lot of people too. So,
yeah,
especially
I also try to make them fun.
4 or 5 different campaigns, you got to make sure you're recapping, because otherwise you're getting confused.
Every time, all my notes have a synopsis at the top of them, after the episode. Yeah, because otherwise I get lost myself.
I promised myself I wouldn't do this, but I was like, hey, I'm only going to run 1 or 2 games max, and I'm only going to stay in one area and one world. And now I'm in 3 campaigns. I'm running 3 campaigns in different mechanics for all 3 campaigns. I was like, why did I do this to myself? It's all right. We'll figure it out.
Because he's a masochist.
I am a masochist. It's what it is.
At least you know. At least you know, and you like. Yeah. You're like, yeah, this is what gets me off.
Yeah. Mondays I've got. Yeah, pretty much. Mondays I got D&D. Saturdays I have Shadowdark, and then the following Monday I have Daggerheart. So I'm like, all right, and we're learning 2 of the systems right now. So.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. We found out that Shadowdark is a lot more difficult, or a lot easier to die in than I had even thought it was. Because, oh boy.
Oh,
it's fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I killed my players in the second round during the 4th of July game that we played. I felt a little bad.
It was great. I loved it.
Sorry, guys.
I didn't get to make a decision at all.
Everybody came back and played, which was the crazier part. I was like, really? This is what we're doing? We've already...
Hey, there you go, Sam. So
Sam's recruiting us. We're in the chat room. Thanks, Sam. I appreciate you, bud.
So Sam is asking you, DnDenial, if you would be interested in playing in Vampire the Masquerade or Werewolf.
I would love to play. I've never played Werewolf, but I've played a few Vampire the Masquerade one shots, and I really enjoyed those because you get to be a sexy vampire. So I'm in.
Yeah.
All right, there's your one,
also,
Sam.
I'm also, because that's a Sunday, I'm slotting in on that one. That's the one
Oh
I'm
no,
going
I can't. I can't do Sundays. I actually stream on another channel I'm in another game, Beyond the Abyss with Scarlet 64.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Yeah. Can't do
Dang.
Sundays. Sorry.
We might be able to work a different date. We'll figure it out. See what other people say, because that Sunday just might not work for a lot of people. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But
Every other Monday.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, I played Vampire with you once, okay? But yes, I did call you Daddy a lot.
Oh, that goes...
Caves in a bunker.
It's so much...
I did call him Daddy.
No, I mean, it's fine. There's so many levels of that comment right there because of other shows and things we watch that I'm just like, oh, here we go.
If it helps, we could add another one. He was definitely playing a priest.
Hey, there
So.
you go. The one we're thinking about is she was the shipmate or the first mate to a captain. So.
Oh, that's right. In Pushing Dragons.
In Pushing
Yeah,
Dragons,
no.
yeah.
I do think your husband called you out though.
What did he say?
That's not limited to when she plays vampire.
Where did he say this?
Hold on, let me
there he is.
Pin it for you.
Damn
so you
it,
can see
that's
it.
fair too. Daniel. It's also true though.
Good job.
It's definitely an interesting episode tonight. It's cool. I love it.
Yeah, it is. I love it.
Active.
I'm here for it.
Shadow. We caught his interest finally to come back. Daddy is taking. Oh, Sean, Daddy is taking over my life.
Listen, if you're the GM and you make a sexy villain, you know that you're gonna get called that at some point. It's gonna be daddy or mommy.
Yeah.
And
the bad part is.
Both.
So we have to have this explanation. So Sean does something above and beyond anybody else of the GMs, because he allows other people to play his NPCs and monsters too, and he has to cat corral everything.
Mm-hmm.
I love that though. Actually, my husband does that. He'll, especially like if you do combat, I've started doing that now too. Like if I do combat, I will give people character sheets for other people, so that you're not just like, if it's a long, like if I'm running like a bunch of guys attacking someone, I want it's a bunch of players that just sit around to do nothing. So I'll give them to them and be like, no, go ahead, you play this, so that they're involved as well.
Yeah.
And they are far more vicious than I am. Okay, like I will spread it out, so I'm like, oh, this person's health is that, this person's that. They haven't taunted this one, so he'll just go for whoever's closest. But they'll look at people and go, "You're dead.
Oh,
You're dead."
that's the priest.
That's my mortal
Let's kill him
enemy.
first. Let's kill him
Yeah.
first.
And I'm like, that's your character.
Yeah. No,
But-
I mean, I have a rule at my table where if you don't jump at the fact that there is a dead person, you don't know what might happen. So 'cause
Yeah.
I feel like that's something, especially in Dungeons and Dragons. In other games, I haven't decided to do that yet because Shadow Dark is way too fast. You could die. It's a lot different. But for D&D, you could you have 3 rounds before they come back to life. You have 3 rounds potentially.
Yeah.
I always tell people, if you're not going to make that a priority, I will make you make that a priority. Because
100%. My BBEGs will double tap.
Yeah, exactly. Anybody that has any sort of intelligence and has any sort of training is going to double tap no matter what. Like, just...
Mm-hmm. Especially with magic around and such, there's a possibility that they're getting back up anyway, so I'm gonna make sure that I double tap, because they would.
Yeah.
They would.
Absolutely.
Anyone, especially if you're playing a smart villain.
Rule number
But
one.
me
in
as
my
the actual DM, it
homebrew.
hurts.
Oh, what's Daniel's homebrew rules? Everyone is attractive.
For-
All the NPCs are hot. No exceptions.
Yes,
Love it.
that is true. I've taken that into my games all the time.
All NPCs are attractive.
All NPCs are attractive.
Yeah.
I run thirst games. I'll be honest. That's what happened with the all girls group that I ran. I could not wrangle them for the life of me. They were feral. They were feral. I was like, okay, we're doing that.
I don't think I've ever played in a game where every like it was that like thirsty. Like I don't think I've ever played in a game like that.
Yeah. If women at the table feel comfortable, they are so much worse than any man that I've played with.
Goodness.
I played an almost all women's table, and that definitely got a lot different very quickly, because they want to flirt with everyone and they want to own everything. I'm like, why? Because and everything has to match, because you have to have matching everything. I'm like, oh my goodness.
It makes sense, all right? We need the aesthetics to match things, all right?
There's a method to the madness.
Oh, there's
James.
absolutely a method to the madness. And I completely.
And yes, I will haggle because discounts matter.
I will do that easily. I love haggling. I think it's the most fun thing to do in the world. But yeah, I don't want thirsty. I want to spend 3 months in the desert and I'm beyond parched. That's the first thing you want to see is thirsty. Then, like.
I'm here for the thirst. I love those games. I like when everyone's attractive, but also mainly just make if you make villains, it doesn't even matter if they're attractive or not. I will probably lean toward them. They are my bias. Doesn't matter. Oh, is that some sort of monster that has all the tentacles and whatnot? Ulamog?
Let's go.
God, you can hit it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
Mind Flayers,
Sounds like
what's up?
The Mind
What's
Flayer,
up?
what's up? Yeah.
That sounds like my wife.
Yeah, it does. Straight up.
Seriously, there
God.
are books for that. I don't know
Yeah.
what you want. There's
Shadow Ranger.
There's a whole genre
Yes.
of people that are into that.
Little Dark Shadow Daddy. Yep.
Yeah,
She was
Dark
all about
Shadow
it.
Daddy, she was all about that one. But yeah.
Here for it.
Yeah, this definitely went completely off the rails tonight. I love it.
Yeah, this is great.
I have a buddy
What are
who
we
is
talking about?
notorious for all of his NPCs being uber hot. The hotter they are, the more evil and the powerful they typically are. Absolutely. That really plays into the whole idea of the Vampire the Masquerade, though. Like, that's literally all that game is.
Listen, if they're hot, it makes sense. Pretty privilege is a thing, all right? Pretty privilege is a thing, and they are more likely to, the hotter they are, the more likely they are to get away with things.
Saying Shadow calls me back to the channel.
Hi, Shadow. Welcome.
Not this time.
Yeah,
bud.
just call him.
Poor guy.
That's
Got kicked out. He would be such a good storyteller for. Oh, yeah. No, I mean, that's true, right? Like, the idea that privilege comes with that charismatic moment, no matter what, especially for vampire.
Oh, yeah.
Now, mind you, there's going to be that immediate contrast, though, especially if we're doing vampires with werewolves. Like, there's still going to be a high attractiveness on both sides. Like, it's not going to matter. It's just a different look.
I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah, no.
I mean, what? One is sophisticated attractiveness. The other one is just complete, like, I don't know, barbaric, gritty attractiveness.
Yeah.
Which is which?
Yeah, Daryl Dixon attractiveness, I guess.
Which is which?
Which is which?
Which is
One
which?
There you go.
One just doesn't wear a suit, one does. Like, that's really the only
Yeah.
difference.
Why can't werewolves wear suits?
I mean, they could rip
You know
one
what?
for
That's
very
fair.
short periods of time.
That's fair.
But that's all they need, though.
That's all they need, though.
Because they rip out of
That's
it,
all they
why.
need, and
Yeah.
then everyone at the table is going, "What's up, Daddy?"
Yeah.
And then it's too late.
And then it shreds, and then they're even better off at that point.
Yeah, and then we're like, "Just keep it off. It's fine. You don't need it."
Yeah. You've kept the pants on. That's about it. That's all you've got on right now.
Pants.
This is what the show has turned into: is how attractive can a monster be?
Yeah. How attractive can we make a monster?
Sorry, I do that a lot.
That's what it is. Hey, I had a challenge for myself that I was going to bring a much more diverse group onto this channel, specifically on Tavern Talks. So if this is what it becomes, I'm more than happy with that idea. Like, this worked wonders. So I get to not only just talk about D&D, we get to talk about all sorts of things on this show. So.
Well, I do have one question for you. So, what was that? We obviously know you made the jump to being a player to wanting to DM. What was the whole drive to make it what it is now? Make this channel of yours.
The stream. I did that at the same time as DMing. My first DMing, my first game was streamed.
Okay. Hey,
and
so was mine.
that was horrifying. Yeah, it was a lot. It was totally a lot. But I really enjoyed when we played. We recorded our sessions so that our DM could go back and be like, "This is what happened," and give everyone a recap. And we would listen to it back later and just die laughing. It was such a good depression uplifting hack for me that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do that so that I can go back and watch everybody and like see where things hit, and then I use like I will use my sessions to be like, okay, that didn't hit with this person, that didn't hit with this person, that was good for everybody, and then tailor the game that way. So it's beneficial for me so that I stress a lot over if I hurt someone's feelings or if that made someone uncomfortable, you know what I mean? So I'll go back and use that as a tool for learning. And every single time I watch my friends crack up, I'm like, good, yay.
Absolutely. So this would be an interesting question. Then, how many times do you normally watch a single episode at a time?
I'll only watch it once.
Okay.
I'll go back and the thing is I take notes, right?
Right.
Or I'll watch it and be like, okay, there, that didn't work for us the way I thought it would. And then go through that.
Okay.
But that's also, I will watch it again when we edit it or put it on a podcast. I'll hear it again.
Yeah.
Multiple times. So
yeah,
I'll only watch it the once.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, listening to it is definitely a different experience than watching it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's always like every time I listen to something, I'm like, wow, I really do not describe things well. I need to be better. I need to work on my vocabulary. I need to do all this stuff, because it's so different watching a game to then playing it, because we do a lot of movements with our hands and whatnot, and you don't get that on a podcast. Or
I get what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah, because you're breaking it down into a podcast. So if you're doing this and nobody's seeing what's happening, you're trying to do sizes or things. Yeah. The other thing a lot of people say we noticed was a lot of the streams will have a spot where the dice will roll, right? But if you don't say it out loud and you port it to a podcast, you're like, what did they get? Like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I don't like having the dice on the screen.
I took mine away.
I want to be able to trust the players.
I get annoyed
right?
with it. So
I don't like that. Also, I do fudge rolls 100%. So like if I'm outright gonna kill a player and it's gonna cause them heartache, I won't. They'll do it for me with one of their NPCs.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So
Yeah.
That's an interesting question that we can definitely tap into real fast. Is how do you deal with character death?
I haven't yet. I have
At
not
all? Hold up.
actually
At all?
at all. First of all, me as a player has not died.
Ooh.
And me as yeah, and I've been playing. I play a lot of like hours and hours a week.
Oh
Okay,
my goodness.
I
All
have
right,
not
Shadow
died.
Dark. Get her in
I
Shadow Dark now.
haven't.
You come play a
I
home game
haven't.
with me. You'll find we find out what death is real quick.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's because the games that I play in and the ones that I create are very story based,
Mhm.
right? So
You don't want
everyone's
to cut.
everyone's
so
really you don't want to cut the story, but also everyone's really invested, right? So if someone goes down,
Yeah.
there is someone there that will bring them up. A lot of players that I play with, because I interview people and I choose who's going to be at the
Right.
table, are story players. They're role players. They are, oh, we don't have a healer. I'll be the healer. You know,
Yeah.
they're
And
very
we
much
have
like
that a lot
they're team
too.
players.
Sometimes dice are just mean, and sometimes you gotta
That
let them.
that's
You gotta
true.
let them be mean. Like,
That is true.
but I do agree. I will say I don't normally kill off a character if there's not gonna be a good. I'll say one exception here in a second because you're gonna yell at me about this. But stop. It's different. Uh, I don't normally kill off a character during a campaign unless there's going to be an actual impact for what is the death is going to represent.
Yeah.
Shadow Dark
Yeah.
is different. Shadow Dark is completely different.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, when you go after the priest with 4 HP and
Yeah.
I did kill someone. I totally did. I just remembered. I just lied to you. But it was planned.
Oh,
It was
okay.
planned
that's
in
a little
advance.
different.
We had talked about them wanting to change their character, and nobody else knew. So they knew that it was going to happen, and nobody else knew. And the players were like, "What? What just happened? What? Why are they dead?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was heartbreaking, actually.
Oh, it is.
They got really emotional. I was like, "I'm sorry.
I've
I'm so sorry.
definitely
Let's take a
had-
break."
I've had my players yell at me after a game before. I've had my players cry at a game before. Like, I understand those moments happen. But they also, there's a lingering effect of those moments in a game that's worth it, in my opinion, personally. We had a character in our Icewind Dale campaign that we run every other Monday, and they knew they were dying. They wanted to die because they wore this ridiculously very well made but very immovable goblin mask every week. And he was like, it's tight against my head. It's driving me nuts. I need to get out of the character. I was like, okay. He was the only one that knew he was dying. Nobody else did.
Mm-hmm.
And when we killed him off, I had players literally crying on stream, and
Yeah.
they were like,
Oh, it's bad.
and then when I cut for the evening, everybody was mad at me, and I was like, he told me to do it.
That's exact. I literally did the same thing. I was like, it's all his fault. He did it. It wasn't me. But he played into it too. Like he had just met his children for the first time. Like he didn't know that he was a daddy, and he made this big thing like, I can't wait to spend time with you and get to know you, and like this big moment. And then they went to this BBEG fight, and he didn't make it out, and I got in some trouble for that.
Yeah, I will say though, my oldest son's first character was a warlock, and we were playing our home game, and we had two of our players who were husband and wife, the couple, and they were playing a divine priest or a divine sorcerer and a minotaur barbarian, and my son was going around collecting pieces of demons for his weapon because he was a warlock. And they run up against the Bone Devil, and I play epic crits because I think it actually makes life more exciting.
Yeah.
However, it has a very quick downfall when the monster crits right after the main player. That's where problems hit. So she ran up as a divine sorcerer with like 12 AC and did
Oh
a
no.
full level 4 inflict wounds. Had the creature like took 3/4 of the creature's life away easily, and I was like, oh my goodness, this might be a quick combat. Immediately rolled the nat 20 on the stinger and did 262 points against this character
Oh.
instantly.
Wow. Oopsie. Oopsie.
Yeah, I skewered that
It's a
character
xenomorph.
like that character became a skewer right through the center of the chest. Um,
Oh, hope you weren't attached.
we had been playing for
They were attached to the devil then.
7, 8 months worth of time. We were like
Oh my
level
god,
10,
I'd be sobbing.
I think.
I'd
Yeah.
be sobbing at the
So
table.
they did. Both of them were. They sobbed so they were affected so much. They got that exact moment immortalized in a painting that they sent me, and it has the barbarian holding the divine sorcerer in his arms with the giant hole in her chest. It was
Oh, that's really cute though.
It was, but it definitely made me realize that death can be just
It's
as
traumatic.
just as emotional in a game as it can be in real life. And
Yeah, yeah.
the only downfall was that she didn't really ever find another character that she fit in with because we were such a high level that she was having a hard time getting back into the group of things. So, but and then we had 4 of us leave after that. So
Yeah, it's tough. It really is tough. That is why that's something that we go over with our session zeros and stuff about character death and like there's that's something that they can always talk to me about and be like, if something happens, I don't like that. I wanna fix it. Or like if I did kill them, like there are ways to bring someone back to life. We'll find a way to do that. Just as long as they tell you it's okay. We'll work it out.
Yeah.
It will be okay.
Yeah, I like playing the string of fate mentality for stuff like that, where especially if you're going to do it through one session and we didn't really know that it was going to happen, where you're going to do the revivify, you're going to do the resurrect, and then there's that string that holds on to that player, and then it's that player's choice: do they go back to their body or do they move on? And allows them to have that last moment. Of words and things like that, and then they make that call. And I think Daggerheart really does really well with death, a lot better than I had expected. So, because they have 3 different ideas that you can do. One is go out with a blaze of glory, which I think is great because you automatically crit on the final attack, and then they're dead.
Yeah, that's baller.
That one's pretty awesome. I don't want to die. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but you're knocked out unconscious. You can't kill them. They're going to move on to the next target, or roll as it is, where it's literally the rolls go down to the game. So, but it allows them to make that choice. But so far, everyone has managed to come back into one way or another. Curse of Strahd is a unique campaign where death can just be fickle. I absolutely love it, but it is one of those weird campaigns where, are you dead? Are you not dead? This happens. This doesn't. Is what it is.
I've never like looked into Curse of Strahd. I know the general idea of it, but I don't play modules.
Yeah.
So
Barovia itself is such a unique concept because it is such a thin line between life and death. So everything can be kind of fluctuant. And I'm currently stuck on the final season for Realmsmith right now, watching their Barovia adaptation that they're creating, which is so good. And yes, games in a
Strahd is King.
Strahd is King Daddy. Yeah, we got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Everybody knows it. Nobody denies it. Strahd is King Daddy. We got this.
No, he has to be sexy. Period. There's nothing more to add to that.
Right. There's nothing more to add to that. Like,
there's nothing more to add to
move
that.
on at this point. Like, it's what it is.
Well, I've got my combo question.
Okay.
And I think you might actually have some good stories based on what you're talking about. So typically what I ask our guests, huh?
She's like, uh-oh.
Yeah. So typically what I ask our guests, it's kind of a two-parter. It's, what as either a DM or as a player, and obviously you're playing both, so it's great. You have a lot to choose from. What has probably been one of your highest highs and one of your lowest lows at a table?
That's a brutal question for anybody. Just a heads up.
And that's the look I get every time. The contemplation.
Yeah, because they've been both, like they're very polar, right?
Mm-hmm.
To points where like I've had to walk away from the table when they're low and be like, I can't do this. I have to go right now.
Sure.
Okay. This is both for me as a DM and as a player. We dealt with the subject of like parental trauma, like dealing with the abuse of like a parental parent of a parental figure, and before we like me as the player hadn't been something that I had thought of. It was something that the DM kind of wrote in for me because I gave him a very bare bones. Yeah, I was like, you can do whatever you want. Let's go. They have like I went from being a human rogue to I'm a dragon now. I'm a rose gold dragon on the way to being some sort of god. Like it's been a huge leap.
Aww.
Right? Yeah, I've been playing for 5 years with this game.
That's awesome.
So it's been a huge turnaround, but that topic was something that like when I was the DM, it was written into a backstory, and I'm like, are you sure that this is something that you want to go, like, do you want to do this? Is it going to be okay? I know you just like you have a young kid at home. Is this something that you want to broach? And they're like, yeah, no, I think it'll be fine. I'm like, okay. And I ran it through everyone else, and they're like, yeah, we all kind of have like that issue. It'll be fine. And then when we got to the moment, where she was facing her mother, and I was like, again, are you sure? Yeah, no, it's gonna be fine. I did it, and then they were sobbing, and everyone at the table was sobbing, like she was horrible. She's gonna die. And I'm like, you could do that. You could totally do that. That's an option. And I felt I was crushed, right? I was crushed DMing that. And also then having that as a player where we had that moment, and it's stuck with my character where I was like, I just want a relationship with this parent. And there is nothing that I can do, period, that will ever make me good enough in their eyes. And it was so, I had that moment at the table where I was actually, the real tears, I was sobbing because I couldn't like reconcile that.
Yeah. So that brings up another question. I've had this asked to me many times, and it's not one I normally bring up on here, but some of these things we've talked about now have brought that conversation into view. Have you ever, what do you do when you experience things called character bleed?
Cry. I make sure that I can let it out. And that's, for me, it's okay because I have a very supportive spouse who will let me go in and cry on them and just be like, it's okay. No, it's okay. I understand. And like, I'll just feel it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've also found D&D to be very helpful for that. And not just for me, but I've had players have been like, I feel a little bit better about things that I'm going through because that happened in game and that's happened in my life. And honestly, thank you. And I've done the same thing. That arc with the parent was just like, okay, just let it go. You know? oh, okay, I can just let that go because you know what? It doesn't matter. It happened. It is what it is. You can't change it. I can be stuck on it, or I can just let it go. And that was a big one for me because honestly, that it hit spots where I was like, ah,
You're like,
no,
hold on. You're like, this
this
hit
got a
home.
little too real too fast.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think we had was it a year or two ago? We had a therapist on here, and a lot of times that's the type of stuff they'll hit in a game in order to get those responses that they're looking for. It was interesting. We had them on here talking about PTSD, and he's like, within the first 30 seconds of putting somebody in a tavern, I knew who had PTSD to what level based on where they positioned themselves in the tavern. And I was like,
Huh.
yeah, because 90% of your PTSD people will not stand by doors, not stand by windows. They are either probably pinned against the wall in one way so that they can see every single window, every single door.
Mm-hmm.
They have full view and they have no way of being snuck up on from behind. And it was funny because you watch the three that have high levels of PTSD. That's where they positioned themselves. Everybody else was kind of at a table, but those three were literally like back corner, sitting like in the corner of the room. And I was like, wow, that's
Nailed it.
Nailed it. So
Yeah. And you pick up on stuff as you DM for like your friends where you're like, oh, I'm hitting on stuff that I didn't even know. You haven't even told me about this. But it's something that we'll talk about later and be like, hey, did you want to talk about that? And that is one thing as a DM that I will always do. I will always make sure that I have a conversation. Like aftercare, huge.
oh yeah.
If we hit on something that I was like, oh, I saw your reaction to that, even if they didn't say anything, I saw it. We'll talk about it and be like, it's something. If you want to talk, you can.
Yeah.
And I've had so many conversations with players about things that have happened in real life because of that. And honestly, it's sad, but at the same time, you get really close to someone and they get to talk about something that they're showing you a side of themselves that they don't show many people. And it's a huge compliment as well that they trust you enough to do that.
And it's funny because it's all because of these things right here.
Yeah,
Math rock.
Because of dice.
Things you can't identify.
Yeah, I've been very blessed that way to be able to play with people that then will open up about subjects that are like, oh, hey. And then again, as a DM, I can then tailor the game to be like, you know what, maybe less of that topic.
Oh, I don't even have our cards.
Yeah.
We have we've started to develop specific safety tools in order for that to hopefully avoid that before it hits. Because it's one thing when it's triggered. It's another thing when we can save those triggers without them even hitting into a game. And we use the deck of player safety for all that because that's been our main one for the last probably year. I take it to all my convention games, everything, because it's a fast way of doing it. There's an anonymity to it.
Words.
And words. And it just helps a lot, and it's really quick to do. On this topic, I highly recommend Monty Cook's Consent in Gaming forum. It's another good one. Yep.
Yeah.
They're really, I mean, that is something though that over the last, I would say probably over the last 5 years, safety tools have become so important in this world.
Yeah, and they are though. They're so important.
Yeah. Or so I guess more accessible in this. I'm sure people had them back, before that, but were they being utilized properly? Were they being utilized consistently? Those types of things, and now it's almost now it's all consistent. As part of my initial campaign setup, I send it to my players a week or so before session 0, get their responses and compile them into a single sheet that make it available. Yeah. my downfall is a lot of those are great until you're in a location where you've got to do it quickly, and that's why we moved away from that to the deck player
Yeah.
safety, because I can pull out that deck, hand it to new players that I'm playing at a convention, and within 5 minutes I know exactly what's going to potentially trigger them, and they can write down anything they want on top of it, and then I just got the cards back. I lay out all the cards in front of everybody because I don't know who drew what, and then we move on, and I tailor the game at that point. So, and there's a free online version now up on Demiplane. So,
Oh, I didn't know that.
yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to look
That's
that
not
one
even
up.
through Demiplane. The actual deck of player safety
just
website.
got they just got their finished version.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna, because we love Tom so much, and he's been doing when we talked about it, when I got a chance to talk to him about it, he makes less than 10 cents off every deck. He does this strictly for
safety, for player safety.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's a good question from Sean, though. Do you do the check-ins as a group between sessions, especially since we all stream? I mean, personally, for mine, we haven't done a second check-in yet. We're only 5 episodes in.
Yes and no.
But
so I will say, I'll give that to a caveat, because we have now implemented Stars and Wishes, which is a check-in every session at the
That's
end.
fair.
Because there are 3 questions you always, first you go through and you give stars to all the players, or who and what they did that you really liked as a player. What that does is that helps your game master know immediately what works, what doesn't. It's the easiest way to do it, instead of having to go back through and watch it. Listening to their wishes gives you ideas on what to bring into the next game. But then that third question is going to be, was there anything that triggered you or made you feel uncomfortable that we might need to talk about offline? And that's where or online, depending on how comfortable they are with the group.
Yeah.
And those are those extensive conversations.
100. Yeah, we call them roses, thorns, and buds for us.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that.
we're just like, it's very helpful.
Yeah. But every session you should definitely have something like that. Even for groups that you might have been running with for years, it's still good to every once in a while have that moment real fast to make sure that we're not hitting anything that could be considered dangerous or making somebody feel uncomfortable.
Mm.
So, and Billy Berserker does say, there are extensive conversations on Discord, some of which the rest of us get to see, participate in. If you're a digital designer on some sort of stream, most of the times you have a group chat for your games in Discord that you can make those connections really fast. But for those that don't, like I said, having that 5-minute conversation at the end of a night to make sure that everybody's good, it helps a ton, especially if you're playing in a game where there's potential triggering things that could happen. I've got a question for you, because this is something that we are going to run into in the next couple months. We've been presented to run a game by a company that automatically is built into the idea of psychological horror and trauma.
Mm-hmm.
How would you present that on a stream to protect other people?
So for the audience
and player. Well, I mean, your players are going to have to know right up front that this is.
Yeah, well, when you're making the casting call for that, you would want to put all that out there at sessions or that. But
banner warning.
We have a trigger. Yeah, we have a trigger warning at the beginning of our game where it says like 'cause we play Shadowrun, where all of the red flags come up.
Yeah.
So we put that all right at the beginning of our game, and then I think another one that I've been thinking about implementing is having a pinned comment at the top of our game that says this is what's going to be in this.
I've seen other Twitch channels do that, especially on like Vampire the Masquerade, things like that, where it's a lot darker of a.
Yeah. Because not everyone knows what those games are about when they first go to watch something.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, vampires are super problematic, just in general. So, I would pin that. I would also put like in the actual title a trigger warning of what might come up, like a couple words, so that people are aware of what you might touch on this subject or this game and whatnot.
Yeah, I know title's gonna be rough because of the size, but like coming up with something might be worth it, or at least check triggers.
Well,
like
you can always change the title later, right? Yeah. So when you're live, at least put that up, and then. But Twitch now has they have things where you have to check what your content is before you go live, right? Little boxes like, are you swearing? Is there violence in this? Is whatnot. So that'll help like too.
It's only like 2 checks, and I'll be hitting both of those for that game for sure. But
yeah,
because it's all, like I said, it's all about the sins of a person and how they're repenting from these in ways, and think of it with Call of Cthulhu's like spin to it. Like it's very Dante's Inferno type dark.
Maybe actually put it on the screen.
Yeah,
like
that's what I was thinking.
Work
doing,
it into
like,
your
an
layout.
Layout presentation then. Okay.
Yeah.
That gives me some
ideas. With
the
trigger warning box.
Because it's definitely something that I'm a little concerned about doing live, but at the same time, for the audience that might enjoy it, like, and the cast that we are very carefully examining, because it's got to have
rated
to be a
R
cast. Oh yeah, straight up. But the entire TTRPG, in my opinion, is rated R. I mean, that's just how it's written. So
yeah, no, that you should be able to stream that. I just would put up warnings. Yeah. That's
do a late night.
Otherwise, because those can be so cool to watch.
Yeah,
those types of games are so cool, and seeing seeing other people play villains or how they come about, like using people like traumas to DM it makes things feel so real when they hit something that that you resonate with.
Yeah.
But
there's that fine line between resonating and triggering,
and just being trauma all over.
Yeah, and that's I guess the big concern that I have is like I don't want to have that happen, but at the same time, for an audience member, I can't really, the only thing we can have is maybe on a message just state, if you do feel this is too much, please step away from the game. Step away from the game. Those types of things. But I have a Vampire the Masquerade game that begins as just a few mini arc adventures, but is now being shifted into a long-form campaign. My vamp is definitely dealing with some personal demons, and things come up that could be problematic for some. Yeah. I just think that's those are good tips for a lot of people then, because like I said, maybe it's not just this one campaign that we're looking at doing it with.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I do appreciate that. That gives me some ideas on what we need to do specifically to present that in a way that's protecting everybody. We're way past happy hour, so please slam the questions at this point. This is the time where ask your questions.
Give me questions.
Give us questions.
Back in the old days, we didn't bother with this.
And it fucking sucked.
Games in the Bunker is great.
So you didn't answer the other half. You gave us the low, but what about the high?
Oh, the high. What have I done that was really... Okay, there were, like, when you pull something off that was... Okay, for me, I'm going to say that it was traumatic as a DM, especially since it was, like, my first BBEG, but the player that one-shotted... I did the dumb, okay? This is a big learning experience for me, but it was so cool, and it had to happen. I wasn't gonna mess around with this. I made the, the encounter on the top of a mountain, okay? Very, very high up, very steep cliff on all around them. And a couple sessions before that, my dumbass gave the bard defenestration. Okay, the spell defenestration, where you just create a mirror and kick someone through it. And they managed to position them on the edge of a ledge, and just there they went. He nat the BBG nat one for his save, and that was it.
Yep.
I was like, well, GG guys, GG. I don't know that he was going to be in the rest of the campaign, but he's not anymore. And also, the rest of the campaign needs a rewrite because we were supposed to combine these worlds. So I don't know what's happening right now. We're gonna
take a 10-minute breather, and I'll be back. Click.
we finished the session, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna be busy for this week. Don't talk to me. I'm gonna go cry. But it was so good. It was such a good moment, and honestly, it was a lot of fun to see everyone's reactions and see how excited they got about that. I was like, no, it's great. It's fantastic. And I don't mind that happening if everyone's that excited for it. And also, same thing, as a player, I got to have a moment where the DM was Rule of Cool, and all the party, the only character that was left standing was my rogue, and everyone was down at the moment, and there was a dragonborn BBEG that was going to let out a fire breath or a breath that was going to kill everyone. That was it. I was going to go down if I got hit by it, and everyone was on there, like, was double tapped. That's it. They're done. I'm like, oh, that's wonderful. Would you allow me to do shenanigans? Yes, I will allow shenanigans in this moment. Fantastic. Can I use my reaction to punch him in the throat? I don't need him to take damage. I just want to try and, disrupt this thing. And he goes, yes, but you will take the damage for this if you do that. Perfect, I will, but I'm using my left hand. Okay. Wonderful. I am using my left hand. About 4 months ago, you had someone give me a joke gift, and this hand is immune to fire. And it worked. And that was a great, they didn't expect me to use that ever, right? It was something that they made on a whim. Faye gave it to my character, and it was so cool to finally be able to use that and just use it in that way. I appreciate when players will do that with me. Be like, wait, hang on, shenanigans? Yes, shenanigans.
Yes, shenanigans. We're finding out the truth behind that story.
For the record, she didn't punch him in the back of the head. Yes, I did punch him right in the I think it's the uvula.
The uvula.
Yeah, like the hand was his mouth was open.
Yeah.
So you gave him a knuckle sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt really good about it.
Hey, you should.
Hey, we actually have a question in the chat though. So, Jess, what's your favorite part of Moonstone Matriarchy?
Oh my god, who asked that?
Billy Berserker.
Billy, oh, Billy. My favorite part of Moonstone Matriarchy, actually I have an answer for this. Was the way there was an NPC child that I created that just was supposed to be a throwaway, and obviously I created a child, that was my bad. But I also made her a little terror, and she would terrorize a prince in the game, and who was harboring all these refugees sort of in his castle, and she would sneak in and just attack him from random places. And she had an actual butter knife, not a knife, the thing that you use that comes with the butter container that you're that little weird spoon thing that she had stolen from the kitchens that she would attack people with. And I named her after one of the players. I'm because she gives that energy. I was that's this character. And they were that's ours. We will keep this one forever.
This is mine.
This is
Take care of
ours.
this one.
Yeah,
It's wonderful.
that was really fun. I didn't expect them to like this character so much.
It's always the child though, or it's always the
It
one you
is.
accidentally you give them the very unique voice for, and you only expected to use it for like 2 seconds, and then all of a sudden you've got to figure out
Yep.
how to do full voices with this character. Yeah.
Yeah. So Wilmington. That's what I did.
Yep.
That was my mistake.
Yep. That's what happens.
They
Um,
asked if they could speak to the worms. My bad.
yep. It happens. I feel you so much on that because I do the same thing and get fought for it usually. Next question: who is the NPC you've had the most fun playing as a DM?
Ooh. Um. Ooh. I gotta think. We have a lot of NPCs. I there were a set of twins that I played, um, and they were siblings to one of the characters. So I got to be her older brothers that would just come in and be like, "Ew, gross! Shut your face!" Like, and just play off each other,
Yeah.
and that was fun. And they loved it too, uh, because they were outrageous. I basically made the Weasley twins.
Yeah. Siblings are always fun. Um, I'm mean with mine, and I won't go into that. But yeah, I tortured my players with their siblings sometimes. Um,
With some of them, yeah. But these were like in the story, these brothers raised her because that was the same player where the the parent was
out of the picture or not.
trash.
Yeah, trash.
Hmm.
So there's a follow up to that.
Yep.
So what NPC do you wish you had changed or developed differently?
Hmm. I think I would change. I would change there. So there was a goddess that we originally started with in another campaign, and it started off really fun with the player had written it into their backstory that he accidentally slept with his patron before she decided that she was going to be his patron,
Mm.
and I was like, you know what, we're taking that, and that is now the sun goddess. Um, and she was really sassy, but she really wanted his attention, and kind of became very like she let the party bully her around way too much, and I was like, I'm like looking at it, I'm like, you're a goddess, you should have just been like, no, you know what I mean? Just like, no, this isn't a thing. I'm talking to my warlock. But
I
I think that's like a big one. Yeah.
Divinity is a rough one. I've had
It
that
can
issue
feel really
myself. Like, 'cause
bad.
it's it's like how can you? I guess for me, it's one of those things like how far beyond do you push a player when you're speaking to somebody of the divine? Um, we had a character who was one of our they called themselves muscle mommies on our Icewind Dale campaign, and she was being, I guess, nagged by the Raven Queen. But it was like, if you do this for me, I'll do this for you. And she's like, no, that's not how this is going to work. If I do this for you, this is what you're going to do for me. Like, and there was this just banter back and forth. And for a while there, I was trying to figure out, like, do I keep it at that point? Or does the divine actually, like, show the fact that, like, no,
They're God. Like
I'm
you
a
can
god. You're not just going to, like,
you're bullying me? Like
yeah, like, I'm getting bullied by a mere mortal type thing. Um, like, to the point where on the stream it was this arc, like a literal like yelling match between me and this player because she was trying to like bully the god, and I was like, when do I just step away from this and go, do you realize, do you know who you're talking to? Like
yeah, I've played it both ways where we've had that, and then like I had the god step in, and then I had that one character where she would just like let them bully her,
yeah,
and either way didn't feel great.
yeah, I was kind
Either
of,
way, I didn't have a balance for that one.
yeah, okay, I'm not the only one then. I don't feel as bad because I always feel weird about divine getting involved. Like, how much do you let the
Yeah.
divine get involved? Uh,
Because it doesn't feel good when
You
you
got
just like, no, you can't do that, and I'm a god, so that's why.
right.
It
And
just, yeah, it wasn't fun.
okay, now
Oh, jeez.
this is yeah. Who is your
Billy
favorite
watches
shadow?
our Tuesday games.
He what? He runs it.
Billy watches our Tuesday
Oh,
games,
okay.
which is run by Coddlesworth, and he is the most. He's the best Shadowrun GM, especially because it's the only Shadowrun game I've ever played,
I've
and he knew
actually never
exactly what he was doing with
played.
that.
I've never played Shadowrun in its fullness. I know Shadowrun a lot, but I've never played it.
I will never play it
Concept.
without Danny, the Coddlesworth, without Danny Plitt doing it because he knows that system so well, and it is so crunchy that I'm
Yeah.
like, mm
Uh uh.
no, mm
Uh uh.
no. He has to walk me through. I've played it for a year. We've taken a break. We're playing another game, and then we're going in a few sessions. We're actually going back to it, and I every single time he has to walk me through stuff. I'm so bad at it. There's too many things.
hmm,
All right,
interesting.
we got time for about one more question if you've got it out there. So make it good. In the meantime, what are some methods or tricks you have to encourage RP in your players?
Ooh. Um. So when I first start with a new group, what I will do is I will have an NPC that tags along with them to encourage them because there's something that I like that a lot of people don't like is I like banter when we do our do things like our fighting, right? Like our combat.
Mm-hmm.
I will have the NPC on the sidelines just yelling things at them so that they're going to be more likely to stop and be like, "What is wrong with you?" in character. And that kind of gets them at the point where they can yell at each other or yell at the BBEG, who, if they try and talk to a BBEG or sass them, the BBG will always respond in some way. Even if it doesn't talk, it will respond.
Right.
Oh yes, it did understand you.
I like it.
That's a big one for me. I
Yeah.
love bantering while we fight something.
Well, fighting specifically in D&D is so crunchy and it takes forever, and like you have to make it more, flowy, right?
And,
Yeah,
that, and that's not why I like Power Rangers because it encourages the banter.
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. I think it's hilarious that some of the monsters are built with the banter already built into them, which just makes me even laugh even harder.
Yeah, it's
I
great.
love that. I
So,
love that. Every game should have some type of like banter while you're fighting something.
mm,
Even if it's like it doesn't matter that it's 6 seconds. Oh, you only have 6 seconds. You couldn't say that. No, say the thing. Say the
say
fun
the
quip.
thing. What do you mean you
Yeah,
don't?
Have a little
yeah.
argument.
What
It's
do you mean you
fine.
can't
The,
say it in 6 seconds? I can say a lot in 6 seconds.
I don't think you
one
understand
of the
how much I can
monsters I
actually
had to
say.
run for the last one of the monsters I ran for the last game, he's got a hang up where if he gets heckled by
A player.
somebody, his next attack is immediately at the heckler.
Yeah,
Like,
that's perfect. I love that. I will do that constantly. If someone heckles a BBEG and like they're full on their like pride, everything, like if that'll wound them, that is they will attack the
mm-hmm.
Oh
person
yeah,
that heckled them, which means you can draw people away from that player that's about to go down. And we get to the point where in my games like people will do that and
yeah.
it's fantastic.
Um,
It leads to good moments.
I did get upset with some of you.
what's that?
Shadow,
Oh
he's
yeah,
right. I got upset with a few of them.
yeah, you did. This is a good one to end off for the night, especially since the ads are kicking back in again. I hate ads. If you don't want ads, please subscribe. It helps us a ton, and I hate ads. And I hate people missing the good questions. Um, the final question is what game system have you tried or would? And I'm gonna break this a little bit more. Have tried or want to try to play more of or stream or
For
not.
stream,
Well, either stream or not.
um, I really okay. I do want to finish our Shadowrun. I got really attached to our characters
Mm,
and our story that we were uh playing, so I definitely want to do that. But I am a very much a D&D player. I
okay.
like the system. I The thing is like I've never played in a module or played with someone who's like super rules as written, because that's not fun to me. So I won't join those campaigns. I won't stay at them. So everything that I play in is very homebrew, and to me that system works fantastically. But I do have a game that I really want to get into more of, Vampire the Masquerade, and I have 13th Age. I bought a copy of that. It was basically created by people who had written Dungeons and Dragons, and it's very similar to that, but more improv-y, more like,
Okay.
I don't know how I would describe it because I haven't read the book yet. Right? I was like, I really like the way this sounds, and I want to play that.
Defiant. I don't know what that one is either. Somebody just mentioned Defiant looks interesting, but I don't know what Defiant is.
I don't know what that is either. I was thinking about trying Pathfinder, but that looks very crunchy, like Shadowrun. And then
if you don't like crunchy,
then I'm like, I don't
Pathfinder.
know. I have a sweet spot. Like I don't like playing games that are just like, oh, you have 4 stats and that's it, and it's all improv after that. I like having rules so that I can figure out how to break them. But I don't like too many rules because then it's not fun and I can't remember them all.
What's the system? I like the concept of Defiant. What's the system?
Does it have its own system?
That's what I'm wondering. Or is it built off of another system? Because like that Defiant, you could literally run in the World of Darkness system. Like the concept would work. I've never even seen somebody play Sagas before. I don't know anything about it. Same with Good Society. Daggerheart is I'm dabbling in. Its own system. Okay. You should try Other Space. It's better. Shadowrun. Okay.
Do you want to run it for me? Because then I will.
Yeah. I want to try the Marvel RPG.
We freaking have that, bro. Just read it.
That's what he said.
I'll play it. I'll play it with you.
Yeah, we'll play.
Run it.
Let's do it.
I've been dying for that. I bought him.
Matt wrote an incredible book. I got a chance to talk to him about this last year at Genghis, and yeah, this was an awesome opportunity for him because this was the first book that him and his son wrote together, which was really cool.
Marvel?
Yep.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, Matt Forbeck and his son wrote that one together, which is really
That's super freaking cool.
I will run almost anything people ask me to do. I'm kind of in the same way, Bunker, the same way.
Okay, I definitely need to be at your table at least once because you've been at ours and I think that you're super fun, so I feel like that would be really good. Games is very good player.
Awesome. Since we have a ton of people in here, if you are a streamer and you do enjoy being on a camera and can do it, we do have guest appearances and casting calls all the time. So make sure you get in the Discord for that because we're
evolving.
We are evolving. We do a lot of stuff outside of D&D too. A lot.
Wait, am I in your thing?
I don't know.
Post it.
It's been posted up a couple times. What's the channel tonight? It's gonna be Bartop.
Oh, what are we doing now?
Yeah. I wanna make sure I'm in your channel.
Yeah.
You guys should join.
Yeah, come hang out.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of fun.
Yeah. So
make it lively.
Since we're stepping in past the 10:30 mark, I really like this chat. We might do it again sometime. Who knows? I'm thinking about bringing back the round tables, which was awesome. We did those a couple months. Actually, it's almost a year at this point. We did a full women's GM round table, which was a lot of fun. We do a lot of those at conventions upcoming, hopefully. One day when I find a way to duplicate myself or create another day in the week, I will take you up on that. Sean, you know where I live. Just find a day and come up. I'll run a game the day you arrive. I don't care what day it is. You live 35 minutes away from
where I live. You have no excuse.
You live 35.
None whatsoever.
No, because I make sure that I keep my Saturday once a month open so that I can go see him at Pushing Dragons every single Saturday.
Yeah, that's right. We
If I'm
fight that
gonna do
tunnel
it.
traffic just to see him.
Here's what I don't understand. If he comes to see you at least, once a month, why haven't you invited him on stage?
Ooh.
Here's my question for you. Why is he
Do it,
not
Sean.
been
Do
on
it.
Pushing
Go
Dragons?
for it. Oh, he's gonna get
Rude.
me on stage here in a
Absolutely rude.
second.
Do it, Sean.
That's fine. I've already told.
Kill him on
You know what?
stage.
You have been challenged. I require to see this.
Every
it needs to be
time,
recorded.
every time I message Sean before Saturday, the question is, do I have my?
Challenge accepted.
That's fine.
Yes.
Do I have my? Do I have the tickets? And if I have the tickets, do I need to be dressed? That's all I ask every week because I have garb that I can dress in. Mind you, next episode I'd be happy to be on stage. After that, we're gonna have to. You and I need to sit down and talk because we have an entire fair to plan here in like 2 months. Like we've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, Sean, stop slacking. God.
He's never coming back to my streams. Like I'm just getting beat up.
No, please come back. I'm
No,
sorry.
We love
it's just
Sean.
me.
Oh my goodness. I would do anything for
All the best for Sean.
that crew. If you are in, last shout out, and then we're gonna call it for the evening. If you are in the Southern Virginia time area in November, there is a 1-day Renaissance Fair / tabletop convention collab going on down there in Norfolk. That I'll be back. I'll be in the game master seat, but a whole bunch of other stuff. You all have competent partners.
Is that for yourself? Or
What's the event called? It is called Dragon Fair. Norfolk, Virginia, November 8th and 9th. Sean, yell at me.
Yeah, Sean, tell us.
If I'm wrong, let me know. November 8th. Yeah. It is designed completely around a story that's been being told at Pushing Dragons. We're going to have a scavenger hunt. We're going to have D&D being ran. We're going to have costume contests. There's going to be vendors. There's a masquerade ball at the end of the night. A whole bunch of murder mystery.
that sounds so fun.
It's going to be so much fun. And it's all going to be tied around one story, which is driving me crazy because I have to figure out all these pieces of the puzzle to go together. Yeah, cosplay, music, games, vendors, shows, everything. If you come in the night before on Friday, they're running a Pushing Dragons show, so you could go for the show and then stay for the festival the next day, and then the masquerade party that evening. I'll be running a full table of for 4 hours, and then we'll have multiple game masters running all week or all night, which is gonna be awesome. So excited. Yeah, Dragon Prom at night. Yep. Which is why I bought my outfit, which was way too damn expensive. That's besides the point.
It was worth it.
It so was.
It was worth it.
I went over top, and it was going to be worth it. And I'll probably wear it again because this thing is incredible.
Worth it, period. If you feel great for one night, it's worth it.
Yeah. Shout out to.
I love
crap. I gotta say the right name because I will feel so bad if I call her out wrong. Where is she at? While I'm doing that, hey, Feral Workshop, she is incredible. She does custom made cloth and leather garments for fantasy balls and things like that. She's awesome. But yeah. Thank you for coming on at the tavern tonight and just hanging out with us. This is the one night a week that we can just sit here and just BS about things that we actually love and enjoy and talk about the wonderful things that happen in our tabletop games. Thanks to the audience that's here. Like, this was a great crew of people that came to hung out, ask questions. I hope you guys got something out of this. I know I did. I wrote a couple things down. I took notes for once. It's weird. I don't know what's going on. It's the only show I take notes on for some reason.
What's competent tonight? You're competent tonight.
Yeah, a little bit. It's weird.
It is.
It's weird. Normally I'm all skittish. But yeah, tomorrow night we're gonna return with Beaker's Garage. What are we working on, Beaker?
I gotta spin the wheel.
Oh, we're gonna spin the wheel. Are we doing a Gundam again, or are you gonna do some painting?
I don't have any minis at home. I got some Power Ranger minis, but I gotta prime them.
Okay.
But otherwise, it'd be another Gundam to start.
Yeah, because I gotta get some minis primed.
I got a
for
backlog.
you. So, you know what you need to do? Actually, I know I'm gonna put you on the spot for this. You need to break open the box of stuff that we got. And
Oh yeah, I
pick
do.
shit from one of our sponsors.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that.
Bruh,
do
get
need
on
to.
that.
Do that.
What is
Yeah,
this?
crack that.
Yeah. All right. And then this coming week, it gets busy again. We got Power Rangers on Sunday as we return for episode 5. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, good. Look at me. And then.
No.
Yes.
5.
5. And then Monday night, we go back to Icewind Dale for episode 46. And then we're back here with Beaker and Sam next week with Crit Hit Giant, who is out there in Indianapolis, who runs his own card shop or tabletop store, as well as he's the first person I know who's running Daggerheart in a game store for kids. So we get to hear about all the interesting things with that, hopefully.
I love that.
So, yeah. If you enjoyed this and you want to get more information, the best way to do is come hang out with us in our Discord. Otherwise, just tell us how they find you.
Oh, you guys, if you want to follow us, you could go to twitch.tv/DnDenial. Or you can find us everywhere as DnDenial, or myself as I Sneeze Stars. We're on most major platforms that way. Yeah.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Well, with that, this is Last Call. This is Tavern Talks. Thank you all for coming to hang out with us tonight. Hopefully we'll see you guys all next week for another episode. Until then, have a good evening.
Bye.
We're gonna raid. We're gonna raid.
We are going to raid. Oh, thank you. Thanks for the raid.
Yeah, we're gonna raid. We're gonna raid. Ah!